Finally, I'm reviewing the Rlaarlo 112 scale carbon fibre brushless, according to some, the world's best buggy in the world ever on the planet. And the reason I've got two is because one is a YouTuber version and one is a version that anyone can buy. And before we go and see how fast it is, full throttle. Whoa, curb. Oh my days. Before we go and give it a bash about, just gonna talk about some of the differences and why it's taken me so long to review one. So the first one we'll look at is the one that I got sent for review quite some time ago. Now, America got in first, as they do with most stuff. So all the channels that got sent this over in the US were pretty much straight on there reviewing it. And by the time I got it, YouTube was pretty much saturated. The first reason you didn't get a review from me as soon as it came out was because I didn't want to jump onto the Rlaarlo bandwagon straight away and start telling everyone how good it was. Before I just sat and kind of looked at what other people were doing, and then I could give you a more thorough review. I'm not throwing shade at any other YouTubers. I mean, I usually jump straight on and I'll review stuff as soon as I got it if it's a new product. Whereas for this, because there's so many videos on YouTube and there's a few issues that have been picked up with it, I wanted to do something slightly different. So this is my review one, and I also bought one as well, so we'll have a look at the retail one. Firstly though, we look at what's in the box. You get some stickers. What's the best one on there to go on my fridge? Oh, Crazy Pistons. Catalogue, 2800 milliamp hour 2S LiPo. Wing. Transmitter. This is a nice looking transmitter actually. Steering rate, throttle rate, trim and stuff, and then the dip switches are usually for your ESC settings. What I like about Rlaarlo is they always send you, or all the stuff I've had, get a load of extras with it. So this comes with a front bumper if you're relatively new and you don't want to smash it up, put the bumper on. You got a spare pinion there. Now I don't know what size pinion's on it, but I think that's to reduce it so you get quicker acceleration but not as much top speed. Spare body pins and a wheel hex, charger, spare wheel nuts and hexes, instructions, and then this is what I like, you get a full set of arms and hinge pins as well. And you also get a metal shock tower for the front, I believe, because this comes with a carbon fibre one, but you get a metal one. And you get some droop screws. Droop screws fit to the lower arms, and that allows you to lower it down like that. So if you're doing any speed runs and stuff, you want it, you know, lower to the ground. That's what they do. And then this is the buggy. Comes in two different colours. Comes in this orange and blue, a bit like the Golf livery there. And then you also get this this blue one, this is the retail one that I bought. Mine was one of the first 100 orders, and I got a free set of metal wheels. We'll look at that in a minute. Comes with a 3,200 kV brushless motor. I think that's a 45 amp ESC and separate receiver, so all separate electronics. When people see that, they'll usually class it as hobby grade. Little 3-wire micro servo there, shaft driven 4-wheel drive, so there's the metal shaft going through there. It's got a slipper clutch on it, oil shocks, metal CVDs up front, adjustable camber and adjustable toe on the front, adjustable camber on the rear, dog bones on the rear rather than CVDs, sway bars front and rear on this. Sway bars or anti-roll bars generally help with handling. Carbon fibre shock towers front and rear, and a carbon fibre chassis. Now, I cannot confirm, but I have heard that that might not be full carbon. It may be like a composite that's got like a carbon laminate over it. Like I said, I can't be sure, and I don't want to drill into it to find out because I don't want carbon fibre and dust in the air, and I don't want to drill my chassis. But anyway, it looks nice, it looks well set up. But there were a few issues with the first batch that came out that went to all the people for reviewing. I can't remember which channels picked up the stuff first, but the main one of concern was the battery tray. So the battery tray sits right back there, a little bump there where the screw goes through to fix the side skirt on. And then when the battery's fitted, it sits up like that. And more concerning was that just in there, you can't really see where the slipper clutch comes out and the shaft there. It was extremely close to the battery. I think it was actually rubbing on it. So if you've got a lithium battery and you cause damage to it, it's not going to end well. So that was the main problem that came out with the first batch. On the mass-produced one, they moved the battery tray, so eliminated any issue with that rubbing on the battery, so that was good. The droop screws that were sent out with my version were too small, so they didn't fit in properly. So they've updated that as well. They also advised to trim the throttle and the steering if there was any delay. I've not run my one, so I can only presume there was some slight issues with the trimming of them. So big props to Rlaarlo for sorting the issues before they went into mass production. I have heard that the retail ones also have got a few issues, one being the diffs aren't greased very well, but I mean, that feels pretty good to me. I've not opened it up and looked. The rear feels a little bit looser than the front, but there's definitely, I can feel at least some grease in there, which is better than the WL toys that come completely dry. I've also seen a couple of people have had their motors have been crooked. That one looks pretty straight to me, and it feels nice and smooth as well. So big props to them for sorting the issues that were picked up by us reviewers, not me personally, but that's a positive. It's not always like that. Some companies in the past have done the opposite, and what you see being reviewed is not what you actually receive, whereas in this case, it has been that. So that is a positive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my review version away, because let's be honest, the ship has sailed for any exclusive looks and stuff like that. This one felt a little bit looser, but nah. Feels a little bit looser, but not a great deal. Anyway, you never know, it might be worth a lot of money in the future. An unused test piece. Throw the wing on, we'll go and see how fast it is, and then we'll give it a nice little bash. These are not for the skate park. I've said it time and time again, the skate park for these little buggies is not a way to judge how good they are. They are not designed for that. This is designed more for like a bit of a dirt track. You could probably even take this indoors, change the wheels and tyres over. It's got sway bars, a bit of tuning. It's not going to be perfect for a track like a high-end race buggy, but it should still handle pretty well with the sway bars and the suspension stuff. But don't take it to a skate park and complain about it. Carbon fibre is super tough until it gets knocked in the wrong way. Without getting too technical, when they build like Formula 1 cars and stuff, the way it's weaved will depend on how tough it is in what circumstance. So if you hit it or it gets some forces on it in the wrong direction, it's not that strong. Anyway, that's enough ranting about that. Let's get this thing powered up. Steering, not bad. Is that trimmed or set up? Yeah, that's on about 60% on the dual rate. No delay there either. That sound a little bit rough. Right, let's go and see how fast it is on 2S. I might try a 3S, I'm not sure yet, but we'll go and see how fast it is on 2. They claim 100 kilometers an hour on 3S, I think. The throttle dual rate was turned down to about 70%, so I've just done it up to 100. What do you reckon then? 44? Full throttle already, nice and stable. That's straight as a die. Wow, straight out of the box. No trimming or anything. I'm impressed at how straight that was. That's full throttle again. Oh yeah, come on. I think we can run 3S here as well. It's not got a delay on the throttle, but it seems like it's got a really soft start. If I go full throttle now, yeah, it's not a delay, it's just a soft start on it. Drum roll. Oh, 42. 42, I thought it might be a little bit quicker. I'm not sure we're going to hit 60 on 3S, but we're going to give it a go. Right, 3S. Let's go. Uh-oh, full throttle. Whoa, curb. Oh my days. Oh my days. Space to run, but not space to stop. We're all good though. Oh, tyres come unglued. That's a new one on me. It proper smacked that curb. 52. I think that was full throttle. Full throttle. That tyre's definitely, coming off. There we go. Luckily it's still glued on the outside, but... 58. Wow. It's going to do 60, isn't it? That is going to do 60, although I've done what I always do. I forgot that 100 kilometers an hour is actually 62, so we are a little bit off there, but that's still fast. 58 on 3S with a blown tyre, with not the best 3S LiPo, so yeah, I'd say it's good for 60 or maybe a little bit more. Well, we've gone to rear wheel drive by the looks of it. Oh, it's the slipper clutch is loose. Oh, we can fix that. Right, all fixed. Turns out it's just the grub screw in the drive shaft, not the slipper clutch. It come loose and was just spinning on that centre shaft. Not much grip on this surface. But, oh, what? Oh, it's done it again, guys. Come on. Right, I fixed it again, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Well, there's your answer. Oh man. I don't know whether there's like a flat edge on that drive shaft. Now, I haven't got enough tools really to take it all the way apart, but... So I did manage to fix it. The first time I tried to fix it, obviously get on the flat edge of the output from the spur gear. This time, got it on, tightened it up, and it seemed fine. Although 2 minutes into the run, it started having intermittent power issues. I thought it might be the battery that had given up, so I swapped the batteries over, and it was fine again for about a minute or so, and then again, it started having intermittent power issues and I'd lose all power. So I'm pretty sure the issue is that they've overgeared it. And the reason they've overgeared it is to make it fast, which it is, it's really fast, but they've done it as a kind of like a sales thing to say this goes such and such speed. What they should have done, it comes with, I think it's a 19 tooth pinion. They should have put the 19 on, put the speed pinion in the box with a little note saying only for use on road, like a lot of other manufacturers do. I don't want to sound too negative. It's fast, it jumps well, and it took quite a few hits as well, no issues at all. It's just a shame that the electronics have kind of let it down. We also had the tyre that came unglued, which I've not had any problems with WL Toys, with tyres coming unglued, so maybe something to look at in the factory, getting the tyres glued better. But overall, quality's good. When this was first released, it was $149. That was a special for the first 30 days of its release on pre-orders. It's definitely worth that. It then went up to $250, and $250 you're getting into LC racing territory. And although this isn't draped in carbon fibre or carbon fibre laminate or whatever, it is very well made. It kind of sits in the middle for me. The V2WL Toys has never given me any electronics issues, and that's geared quite high as well. There is a 20% discount on this at the moment. It's only for this model. That brings it down to around $200. Still not sure whether it's worth $200. It's borderline. It does seem decent quality. The tyre coming unglued is no biggie. How long do X-Max tyres last? Not long. The grub screw in there being loose, again, not a major issue. The overgearing is straight out of the box, but again, I am 100% sure if you put the other pinion in there, it'll be absolutely fine. So it's not a bad buggy. It's not an LC racing though. So make your own mind up. If you get one, just go over it, make sure everything's tight. Definitely check that drive shaft out. Give the tyres a bit of a look at, see if any need re-gluing. But overall, not a bad buggy. Too expensive at $250. With the discount, not bad. There's a link in the description for this, and there is that discount code. I'm going to gift this to one of my coffee club members. See you next time.